The danger of echo chambers is radicalization, because when you only ever hear one message and all of the people spreading this message all point in the same direction, it tends to capture your thoughts. When you're not hearing a contradictory message that makes you pause and think and evaluate, then you end up thinking that you are correct and everyone agrees that you are correct. And this becomes a kind of received wisdom that informs your decisions going forward. And what this means is if those decisions are, well, for violence, well, this will seem to justify itself. And all you will ever hear are more and more justifications for violence. And this is what is happening on certain subreddits. For example, from What Is Our Plan? What will stop them from Tiananmen Square massacring every last one of us? Well, the Constitution, right? Donald Trump is not going to have his own Tiananmen Square massacre in the United States because it would be obviously unconstitutional and you have constitutional rights. He's not going to do that. What he's going to do is scale down the size of the American government and stop them paying to promote wokeness all over the world. And this is, of course, the end of days for Reddit. But this is the problem, isn't it? Because on Reddit, it used to have right-wingers and Trump supporters like the Donald, which got banned in like 2016. And so Reddit has become a very ideologically captured place where only one kind of political opinion is allowed, and this presents these sorts of positions as if they might be credible, as if it might actually come to this. Oh my God, Donald Trump might well have a Tiananmen Square event with leftists in the United States. Now, again, when you say that to anyone on the streets, that sounds preposterous, because normal people don't live in online echo chambers. Normal people are like, why would he do that? When's he going to do that? How would he do that? Why would everyone around him agree to that? He's not a dictator. He is the president, elected through the normal means that every other president has been elected through, maybe apart from Abraham Lincoln in the South. But the point being, Donald Trump isn't going to do this, and no one thinks he's going to do this except insane people on Reddit. Now, you might say, well, it's just insane people on Reddit, but they are real people in the real world. And a bunch of them, for example, went out to Ukraine a few years ago and got killed in the Ukraine war because these people act on the things that they say and believe in the echo chambers. And we see the process of online radicalization becoming a really major issue in Britain in particular that the government is focusing on, because it is true that there is an effect to online radicalization. Like, our government is, in the wake of the Southport massacre, very concerned about loners who spend a lot of time consuming terrible content on the internet and bringing themselves to believe things that they then go and enact. And I'm genuinely worried that this is what certain subreddits are doing at the moment. And it's, again, not just one, it's a few of them. For example, Optimists Unite. Oh, most of the Republicans I know have come to their senses and have decided to go against Donald Trump. Like, this kind of cope, these kind of delusions, this is not true. Like, if you just poll Republicans, something like 75% of them are completely in favor of everything Donald Trump is doing. And this is why they voted for him. And so this person must have, if this is even true in any way, they must have, to steelman them, a very small cadre of Republicans around them, right? Maybe they just tell them what they want to hear or something like that, just because, oh God, this person spends a lot of time on Reddit, right? And then you get, again, just the sort of the bouncing of the echo sets the baseline of where you are. Right, we're all about to get killed. Fascists have taken over the United States. Well, why aren't we hunting them down? What are we supposed to be doing? So, okay, listen, crazy person. All of the people in the United States have constitutional rights. You don't hunt anyone down. You don't do anything. You do a bit of self-reflection. Why do the American people choose make America great again over destroy the United States? Do some self-reflection on that. Maybe it's your messaging. Maybe it's the goal that you have. So anyway, carrying on with what is our plan? How far are you willing to go? Well, you've got some of them saying, well, quote, I'm willing to die as long as I'm not alone. Why would I'm willing to die? Not consciously willing to kill, but sometimes my temper takes over. Jesus Christ. This is a bit unsafe, isn't it? Like, these people need to talk to people who don't just agree with them, right? They need to be given. And another one of the problems with echo chambers is the filtering of information. So you get a series of pieces of information that confirm the negative worldview that you have about something else. You never hear any of the positive information that helps reinforce a more balanced opinion that makes you think maybe they aren't entirely demonic, maybe they do have some virtues. Well, not if you're in these sort of echo chambers. You just think, right, okay, our enemies are evil, they're going to kill us, and I am therefore ready to die. It's like, look, none of this has to happen. It shouldn't be happening. This is mental. This is absolutely mental, and some kind of intervention might be necessary. And it's not me who's saying that, it's the people who own Reddit who are going to say that, as we will see in a minute. Anyway, we really need to assassinate Trump. At least someone's like, you're unhinged. And then they reply, no, we need Luigi because Trump will destroy this country. At least there was someone saying, look, you are unhinged, right? And it's not like that hasn't already been tried. Someone did try to assassinate Donald Trump already, remember? So, anyway, they carry on. Well, maybe we can look externally. Will the Canadians burn down the White House? Just to be clear, that's not going to happen. You are mental. This is not 1812. The world has changed very dramatically, and you as Americans probably shouldn't be asking for foreign powers to invade your country and burn down the White House. So just again, I shouldn't really need to say any of this, but again, when you're in an echo chamber, things that are completely insane sound far more reasonable because of all of the unchallenged presuppositions that you have built on top of to get to the point of madness that you have arrived at. And so you get them saying, well, look, why don't we just storm the White House? So, oh, right. So all the Jan 6th guys who got locked up for 3 years, you want to follow in their footsteps, do you? Like, just this is crazy. Like, you shouldn't be plotting on Reddit to storm the White House, actually. And these people, I mean, I don't think they're actually going to do this, but it's not about whether they actually do this or not. What it's about is it's creating a cadre of maniacs, and all you need is one truly insane person to go out and do something terrible. And this trans-personified account seems to be that truly not with it person who just keeps repeatedly posting this sort of thing under various subreddits. Like, sorry, this is creating lunatics who are going to do something terrible to innocent people. And we can see that this is the process of it happening. And again, it's everywhere. It's everywhere in a bunch of these subreddits where it's just saying, well, no, look, we want Elon Musk to be scared. We want violence towards Elon Musk. Obviously, that's completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Are white people Twitter calling for the public execution of the Doge software developers, as in the engineer teams that Musk is sending in to cut out waste in the government? Wired doxed and exposed all of these young men doing these things, and now they're like, great, we would like violence done to them. This is mad. And again, it's not confined to just one subreddit. And like I said, something will have to be done about it, which is why the admins of Reddit itself have temporarily suspended the Are White People Twitter subreddit, because I don't know why this is bad. Comments threatening violence over and over got out of hand, so they banned it temporarily. This is what I want social media companies to do, which makes total sense. Like, if you've created a hotbed, a particular subreddit that is for hating white people, for example, not sure why you'd need one of those, but you've got a particular place that has a large number of people in it calling for the death of the president and his advisors and the people in his administration, yeah, it's probably the responsible thing to do to at least temporarily pause that so tempers can calm down, right? Because you can see that there are certain posters in there who are getting really, really extreme to the point where, I mean, what they're calling for is illegal, flat out illegal, obviously. And it's not like this hasn't all been catalogued. Again, well done to Reddit Lies, by the way, for cataloguing all of this, because they're just coming out and just saying, look, quote, we used to kill Nazis like Elon Musk. It's, oh, mad. Absolutely mad. So there are definitely subreddits that have been radicalizing. They've had to shut themselves or be shut down by various Reddit admins. And I don't think it's going to end there. And this is, again, it seems like silly nonsense on the internet, but it's only silly nonsense on the internet until you get someone who has been radicalized by this, who gets a gun and goes and does something terrible. And I would really like it if people didn't go and do things that were terrible. Just think about what's actually being done. All Trump is really doing are things completely within his democratic mandate and reducing government spending. This is actually a good thing. Calm yourselves down.